Just think of how many amazing pieces of work would not be revered and considered as amazing as we do if the producer wasn't involved with the artist in those situations. Doesn't matter what time period. You could think back to the Beatles and George Martin. You could think to Led Zeppelin with Glyn Johns. Jimmy Page is technically the producer, but Glyn Johns also acted as producer on things like that. Doesn't matter where you go with this. Everything from the 90s where Brendan O'Brien was involved. By the way, I got my popcorn ready for the Rick Beato interview with Brendan O'Brien coming soon. What is that? Couldn't be more excited about that. So prepare for a solid review on that as soon as it drops. But anyway, you guys, I want you to know, everything I listen to, I know who the producer is in most cases because how much I love it and what an impact it had on me, and I know what an impact the producer had on that project. Like Michael Beinhorn and Soundgarden, like I've mentioned so many times, the way he worked with Chris Cornell got us those sounds, man, got us those records that would never have happened. Glyn Johns with The Who. Like I said, Brendan O'Brien with everybody, including Stone Temple Pilots, one of my favorite bands ever. Nirvana. What Butch Vig did with Nirvana, what Steve Albini, rest in peace, Steve Albini, a most recent loss that hurts me deeply because of what an impact that man had on so much amazing music that I love to this day. What both Butch Vig and Steve Albini were able to do with Nirvana, doesn't matter which you prefer. The bottom line is they both were hugely influential to what that sound became and what we love. Music I could never picture myself living without. Rick Rubin and the Chili Peppers. The list goes on and on and on. I was very reluctant to ask for help. For whatever reason, I thought this made me weaker. This made me less of a capable individual by needing to ask for help. But just from being on YouTube, you guys have to realize, watching videos, you are trying to learn. You are reaching out, asking for help, whether you realize it or not. But I want you to translate that to other aspects of your life, potentially people that you are around all the time who may be willing to help you. You don't know the feeling I get by helping people, how good it makes me feel to teach you guys what I've learned from my life experiences. When you internalize that and you can use it to your benefit, nothing makes me feel better, which makes me want to teach more and give you more information. It's the same concept with you guys. I want you to realize that in any respect, if you can help anyone else get where they're trying to go by offering your guidance and your ear and your time, this is the number one way to improve the way you feel. It's not only going to help them, it will trickle down to you in a way that will absolutely improve your life. So I want you to know that there's people out there that are willing to help, even if you feel isolated and alone, even if you feel like there's no one in your life who can help you but you. That couldn't be further from the truth. It doesn't have to be somebody who's a name producer. But realize that those type of people, the producers of the world that are the biggest, are that way. They're that important because they were able to take an artist's work and elevate it to the next level. If there's anyone in your life who is willing to listen and give you an ear and help, realize that the way they're giving the information may be hard to process. You may not want to hear it. It may go against every grain of your being, that you may feel lesser than by listening and taking their advice because maybe they don't know as much as you experience-wise. Maybe they haven't been doing this their whole life. But you must realize that whether those words hit home with you or not, or they may get you to another idea, another thought. There may be truth to what they're saying, if not in whole, in part. There could be some truth to it. And that could open up a door to you, so don't shut it down. I still do it sometimes, and I fight against it, but I did this for so long. I thought I needed to do everything myself. And in doing that, I was only hindering my ability. So what I mean here is learn your craft, learn all that, but don't ever shy away from asking for help. We all need it. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you lesser than. It just makes you human. And the humanity, bringing that into your art and bringing somebody close to you who cares enough to share with you, that can only be a benefit. Even if what they're saying is negative, it can only be a benefit for you to allow someone to sort of reach you. Don't shut yourself down from being reached. Because trust me when I tell you, like I've mentioned before, the artist doesn't always have the best perspective. They don't always have the objective perspective on their art. And sometimes just that little turn of the head, by hearing what someone else is saying and where they're coming from, the way they experience what you're doing, it could really take you to the next level. And this could come from anywhere. Literally anywhere. It could come from across the globe via social media, or it could come from your neighbor or your family member. You know, it could come from anywhere. So none of us are alone, really, but we can make ourselves alone, and we can isolate ourselves, and we can think that we know best. And in doing that, all you're doing is trying to control everything so much, and the universe laughs at that. You never had control. You didn't put that idea into your head. It came to you. You were given it. And now you must accept what other people are giving you. You must accept it. It will allow you to go to the next level. This is so easy to do when you're a major artist with a producer who you think is amazing, but allow yourself to accept this from anyone who will give it. And trust me when I tell you, you will be better for it. You're never going to ignore the way you feel and your opinions, but you can allow others to talk to you and reach you and get what they're saying to at least turn your perspective slightly. It will help. I guarantee you it will help. Don't think you know everything, because you will wind up alone one day with no one else around you if you think you can do it all yourself. The amount of artists who think they can do it all themselves and are successful is such a small amount. It's the absolute tiniest minority of people that are artists that actually achieve anything when they're thinking that way. The majority of the most successful people in the world in any field all had help in one form or another at some point. Even the most brilliant minds could get some idea from somebody that had nothing to do with nothing, and all of us, and no knowledge and no background on the subject. They could say something that could all of a sudden spark an idea in your head that will now change your path and your success and your future. Don't shut everyone out. We are all human, and the more we accept that, and the more we let in the world around us, I think the better our art can be. The better our music will be, the better our mixes will be when we truly allow ourselves to be helped. In every way, in every sense of the word. Like I said, just you helping other people is going to bring that around to you. That will come back around in spades. You help someone else, they help you. This is the concept, and you will get more from that than you could ever imagine. All right, if you liked it, do me a favor, help me out a little. Throw a comment in the comment section. Throw a like on the like button if you dug it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Evan Jaffe, Custom Cut Studios. I'm willing to help you guys, and I love doing it every freaking day. You guys got this.